Hello, everybody, and welcome to the SSN Lifestyle YouTube channel. My name is Eric Bird. I'm the CEO and founder, and today I'm very excited and happy to bring you another Ring of Fire business opportunity. That's right, starting January 1st, 2023, you will have to be a member of SSN Lifestyle in order to participate into our Ring of Fire opportunities. But until then, it's open to everyone that sees this video. Today, we are talking about Miracle Cash and more. They actually have stores you can go into. It's crypto, ladies and gentlemen. They are in countries that are regulated. They are licensed. They have their stores open. And you can earn 6 ways by being involved with their program. I'm actually going to run a little video for you, and we'll see if this seems like something that you may be interested in. So please stay tuned, pay attention, and write down how many different ways that they mention that you can actually make passive income for yourself. Here's a video coming up now.
If there was a way you could have partnered with Elon Musk before Tesla, before the Model S, before SpaceX, and before Elon became the world's richest man, would you at least have wanted to know how? If there was a way you could have partnered with Jeff Bezos when he was planning Amazon.com and it could have made you a fortune, would you at least have wanted to know about it? Well, what if there was a fintech company today that is about to capture major market share worldwide, where millions of people will be using its breakthrough technology and you could make an absolute fortune? Would you at least want to know about it? At the same time that we are experiencing record inflation, gas prices through the roof and headed towards a recession, the move towards crypto adoption worldwide is picking up pace, and the evidence is all around us. Big names and big money players are jumping in the game like crazy. The Staples Center, where the LA Lakers play, is now the Crypto.com Center. The Super Bowl, the most expensive commercial time on television, featured 6 cryptocurrency ads. Tom Brady, Matt Damon, LeBron James, and Larry David all made appearances in them. Facebook changed its name from Facebook to Meta. The rapper Eminem bought a Bored Ape, an NFT, for $450,000. Warren Buffett invested over $1 billion in a Brazilian crypto bank. Coinbase bought Bitcoin Turkey for $3.2 billion. You know what they say, success leaves clues. Whenever there is economic change in the marketplace, there are economic winners and there are economic losers. It just depends on what side of the equation you end up on. They also say that timing is everything. How would you like to get in on the next big thing? Are you ready for a miracle? How would you like to own a piece of Miracle Cash and more? The first to market brick and mortar crypto stores, crypto on the street, with stores in every major city all over the world. Unlike the faceless online competitors that have no phone number to call, no physical address, and no one to talk to. Miracle Cash and more stores are fully regulated, licensed, and our wallets are insured by Fireblocks. At Miracle Cash and more, we own our own cryptocurrency exchange. We own our own stablecoin. We own our own ATM'S. We own our own merchant terminals. And guess what? We get paid on every single transaction. The secret, if you want to call it a secret, is to get involved before the whole world knows about it. Position yourself in front of the masses before the masses react. Here's the current offering. There are only 1,488 shares of the Master Franchise Agreement for all of the United Kingdom. Each share is projected to profit over $100,000 in year one, $200,000 in year two, $400,000 in year three, and $900,000 in year four. We have an exit strategy that projects a payout of over $10 million per share. And what does that cost to you? A one and done payment of just $5,000. And of course, you can buy as many shares as are still available. Now the question is, do you at least want to know how? I sincerely hope so, because the best is yet to come.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you were thinking. Please leave comments down below. Let me know what you're thinking of Miracle, Cash, and more. I'm going to go to the screen here, but first, please subscribe to the channel and click the all notification bell, because we have plenty of opportunities for you here. And if you'd like to become a member, you can. If you'd like to be a free member, you can. But you receive additional benefits if you become a paid member. So I'm just letting you know. Now, here's the Miracle, Cash, and More website. And it's very simple. They do not have all these stores that you see here. Some of these places have stores. Like Cyprus has a store. Actually, they're going to have 3 stores. They already have one, and the second one probably is up by the time you see this video. They have space for the 3rd store. Germany, the store just opened in the last 2 months. People are walking in off the street. They're getting help with the myriad of options that are available to them. I will go over it a little bit again in case you didn't understand what's going on. Because they actually have, where you see here, buy and sell, they have an exchange. So again, regulations and licensed in the country that they hold their licenses for. So in this case, the country that is open that you can actually participate in is UK. That's the United Kingdom, that's in Europe. And you receive part of the profits from, I will go over them myself, buy and sell. So when there are people buying crypto, selling crypto, and there are exchanges, Miracle, Cash, and More has their own exchange. What's even better, they're insured by Lloyd's of London because they are behind a fire block. That fire block is major and insured, ladies and gentlemen. Talk about safety. That's what you want here. That's the first step. The owner of the company is very familiar with UK laws. He's been dealing in Europe with regulations, with ATM'S and other financial instruments for the last 20 or 30 years. I'm going to play that video after I discuss this a little bit, where you can actually see a question and answer series for about 30 minutes. So this video is ultimately going to be long, because if you want to earn passive income and you want to set it and forget it from your investment, then I would highly suggest that you entertain this idea here. Now, there's other things that they have here. Miracle Pay. Now, Miracle Pay means they have point of sale terminals, and they're crypto. This is crypto. They have point of sale terminals, just like when you go down to any store and swipe your card. Can you believe, if you get in on this business opportunity, that every point of sale terminal in the United Kingdom that they place their POS system, you are going to receive part of that as profits that comes to you passively. You don't have to do anything else. You don't have to promote. Now, I know about now you're thinking, how much is this going to cost me, Eric? I'm going to get to that after I get down to the 6 ways that you can earn additional revenue just by one-time buy-in, and you don't have to do anything else. You don't have to promote it. You don't have to tell anybody else. You don't have to do anything. Now, Miracle Cash Token and Miracle Wallet, these are all proprietary, because if you have a Miracle Wallet, which you can probably see here, get your wallet, start trading, register. This is part of their exchange. So again, we've already went over that. But what I haven't went over is, remember I mentioned the ATM machines, the owner Hakan, he's been in UK and Europe with the inside the ATM business. So now he's in this business. He's the owner. He actually is going to be putting these Miracle AVM crypto machines in stores, in locations. This could be thousands that I mentioned earlier. Thousands of locations could ultimately have this. You have a chance to get into this. There's 1,488 NFTs. Those NFTs are going to generate the profits. That's what you could buy. But wait, since we have a Ring of Fire opportunity, that means we're going to put it where you don't have to put in the full amount that it costs for an NFT. Without further ado, let me just tell you right now, the NFT costs $5,000. So if you want to buy a Cashflow NFT, which is the marketing arm for Miracle Cash and More, then there's a link down below where you can actually buy your own Cashflow NFT, $5,000. That gets you in the Miracle Cash, and you will be the only person involved. But in our Ring of Fire, our Shark Tank here, we do it group economics. So we start for as low as $250, and any increment of $250 or more, $250, $500, $750, $1,000, $1,250, $1,500, any $250 increment, you can use your PayPal, your debit card, your credit card, your checking account, or you can use crypto, USDT, and it can be sent on several different blockchains. So you can use ERC, you can use TRC, USDT, TRC, USDT, ERC, USDT, BEP20, USDT on the AVAX network, Polygon network. So again, when you check out from joining the group economic plan, which you'll see here, then you can check out using USDT. You'll have a choice on the checkout page. And at that point, we would need your USDT or your email address for PayPal, or your deposit address for your wallet to receive the USDT, which you will designate which blockchain it is, whether it's ERC, TRC, BEP20, and so on. But anyhow, that's on the checkout page, so you don't want to miss that. And you can actually get into this using USDT on those various blockchains that you can send to if I miss that point. Now, there's other things that's going on too. See this store here? This store is the one they recently opened in Germany. Now, here's the thing. Imagine the stores generating profit, and they give the NFT holders in the UK, for the stores in the UK, a profit split of 50-50. There's 1,488 NFTs available. So keep that in mind. Once they're gone, they're gone. So if you want to come in on the group economic plan, then there you have it. You go and sign up, and you don't have to become a member. You can be in this right now. Anybody is welcome. But like I said, going forward, January 1st and on, you will have to actually be a member. You can't be a free member. You will actually have to be a member. And then you can check out the other membership benefits. But right now, anyone can sign up if you find out about this. Now, the other part to this, let me talk about some other things. Miracle Home. Are you a realtor? Are you a real estate investor who rents out your apartment or home? You know the pitfalls. The pitfalls are, if somebody doesn't pay you, you get no money, because then you're going to have to file for eviction. So in some jurisdictions, it takes 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. You just never know. You're at the mercy of the courts. What if they have something, and I'm going to tell you right now, Miracle Cash and More has something called Miracle Home. Miracle Home is an insurance company process where they are actually a tenant says, you as a landlord say, I want to sign up with Miracle Home. They're going to say, okay, make sure your tenant qualifies. If the insurance company qualifies the tenant, guess what happens for the landlord? Miracle Home sends 12 months in advance. You can receive up to 12 months in advance of the rent. You're already paid. You're happy. And if the person doesn't pay you after, let's say it's the 13th month and they don't pay, you have insurance. The insurance company will pay it. So you have low risk at this point. Now, how many people do you think is going to become in business with Miracle Home? And again, the profits from Miracle Home go to the NFT holders. So down below in the description, you will see Group Economics, the Cashflow NFT 5,000 business opportunity. If you want to get into that, then you know how to find it. If you want to get your own NFT and not be part of the group, then you will see a link down below that will say Miracle Cash and More. Now, that is another way that you can earn with that one NFT, that one-time buy for the United Kingdom. And guess what else? Once you're in there, they're going to open up in another country where they're regulated and licensed and open up stores. You'll have another opportunity to get another NFT. Now, I'm not going to keep talking about this because I'm very excited. There will be another video, but I just wanted to get this out there for you so you would understand what opportunities we offer here in the SSN lifestyle. You can't have fun and games all the time. You have to be able to make passive income. Now, let's go see, or let's stay here, and you're going to be able to check out this video. There's no ending to this because they go over it pretty good for their 37, 38 minutes. But please watch this video, get your pens and papers ready, and write down any notes that you have. Make some comments down below. Let me know what you think. So let's get to that video, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. Hopefully you'll join the SSN lifestyle and become either a member or an affiliate, because we do have other products and services where you can make additional residual income as well as passive income here at SSN Lifestyle. And again, thank you everybody for being here. Smash that like button. Smash any type of buttons down below, that the heart buttons, depending on the platform. Thank you so much. And let me know what you think again. Here goes the video now. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Micah. I am the founder of Cashflow NFT, and I'm sitting here today with Hakan of Miracle Cash and More. We thought we would put together a video because I wanted to introduce you guys, the investors, NFT holders, NFT buyers, to our first project and our first company, the owner of our first company, which is Miracle Cash and More. So, Hakan, thank you for taking this
Thank you.
interview with us. So the reason I wanted to do this, and I asked you to do this with me, is that we've dealt with the internet, we've dealt with crypto, we've dealt with investing into platforms and programs, and a lot of times there's no face to it, and a lot of times, unfortunately, the people that are putting these things together don't have good intentions. And we've had situations where people have lost their money, and I felt that it would be appropriate to really kind of just talk to you about what you've created with Miracle Cash and More, so that people can get to know you and understand the man behind Miracle
Okay.
Cash and
Yeah.
More. So I think the best way is maybe to kind of take it back to the beginning. Maybe a little bit about your background first, because I think that was interesting. And for me, I've spent 6 months, vetting the company, finding out about the company,
Yeah.
finding out about you. And it took a while for me to actually understand the full picture. And I think it was when I understood your history, your past, your personality, that's when I understood Miracle Cash and More. So can you share with us a little bit about just sort of, your life, a little bit, background, education, and how you got started
Yeah.
in your career?
Well, thank you. And it's a pleasure of being able to present that background and the vision of Miracle.
Yeah.
So I ended my education career with a law degree. And, it's life is full of surprises. So I took on a plane to go and practice law in the UK. This is how it all starts, okay? And, those days, it's very interesting because the flight ticket that I took to the UK, it was on borrowed money, okay?
Okay.
And I had £70 in my pocket, that's all, kid. And it was when I walked into this convenience store, okay? And this convenience store owner, he was Turkish and he didn't know any English. And I just moved into the UK, so he said, well, Hakan, there's a guy here and he's trying to sell something to me or tell something to me. Can you translate it? So I said, okay, yeah. And never forget the name. The guy's name was called John Marshall. And this John Marshall is, the convenience store ATMs, the surcharge ATMs in the US?
Yep.
It was at that time where it all started in the UK. Okay, so this John Marshall is saying, well, this is an ATM, and this, people be able to come to your store, and you will be able to even load your own cash, and people will draw cash. I thought this is a very convenient, good idea. So I quickly said, well, is there any sort of opportunities for people that can find locations, etc.? Well, he said, of course, but we don't pay a salary, but we pay good commission. So I said, well, what is the commission? And, he said £400. So for me, £70 with the intention of becoming a lawyer, £400, I said, well, I can do this. And I sold 57 ATMs in my first week. So
I've heard that number before, and I was trying to picture how you did that, and I came to you and I said, 57, you must have gotten one account with 20.
you know what? It was 57 single ones. It was so that the value of time, okay, was so big that I was virtually sleeping very little, and I was on the road selling.
Because that was my thought, that going to one convenience store, then you got to drive to another, and time in traffic,
I mean, as the story goes, I have signed very big corporates, but this 57 were all singles. So all of a sudden, I got this call from the company, and they said, you know what, we want you to be the UK sales manager. So I said, okay. And this is in my, second month?
How old are you?
I am 26. 25. I'm 25. So at that point, I played a major part in the rollout of the surcharge ATMs in the UK. I leaded TRM, Corporations UK
So
sales.
you're just making strides in this.
Yeah, at that point, after 6 months, the 400 pound commission guy, I had many of them underneath me.
Team.
And now we're like selling hundreds and thousands, and that's how it's moving. And then being Turkish Turkish Cypriot, and that's where we are. We're at Cyprus at the moment.
Beautiful Cyprus.
Everybody needs to come and see.
Yes.
And being educated in Turkey, and understanding the surcharge ATM market, I thought, well, is there a way that I can really go back to Turkey and be the first person to install that first surcharge ATM in Turkey?
So that had moved forward in England, but it still hadn't even arrived in
No,
Turkey.
The ATM, the surcharge ATM model starts in the US,
Yeah.
goes to the UK, Ireland, and then somebody brings it to Turkey, and then that's how it grows. So the management team I had in the UK, which one of those guys is still with me at Miracle, so it's been long years together.
Wow.
A guy called Keith, you've met him. So I went to Turkey, and we started to look for a way to connect an ATM into the banking network. And for that, you need a sponsor bank. It was really difficult. 1 year going convincing, showing reports from McKinsey, reports from KPMG, and this is what will happen to the country. And finally, we got a bank to back us, and we were the first company to be sponsored into the banking system, and we installed that first ATM in Turkey.
Took a year.
That took a year of explaining.
Persistence.
Yeah, but that's how it is. You've got to, the pizza tower. It's like going round and knocking one stone each time, and then suddenly it will fall.
Right.
But you've got to keep hitting.
Yeah.
Take that one piece off. So that was great success for me. And then at that time, the central hub of the ATM and POS authority in Turkey is called it's a government body called BKM. And at that time, the ATMs and POS were all separated. There was like 3 separate groups. So you couldn't actually use your card on every single ATM, or you couldn't use your card on every single POS, but you will be able to use it on groups.
It's inconvenient, sort of scattered.
So again, I thought, well, this is not how it should be. Can I play a role in getting the banks to understand that it's waste of ATM investment, it's waste of ATM terminal investment, the maximizing customer satisfaction and maximizing the actual bringing down the capex of the banks. The only way is to create full interchange, and that took another year. But today, Turkey runs with full interchange on both POS and ATM,
And that's
and
your creation.
That I did that. So
Yeah.
that was a big success.
Huge.
Then from ATM POS, I'm trying to fast track to get to Miracle, but
sure.
I moved into data analytics. Company, a lot of the companies
Data analytics. Just
Okay.
touch on that for a
Okay,
second.
let's go.
I
Let's
hear
go.
it. I don't know what
Let me give you some names that people recognize instantly. So in the US, everybody knows Experian, Equifax,
Okay.
TransUnion.
Yep.
In the UK, everybody will know Experian, Equifax, Call Credit. In Germany, everybody will know Schufa. So
This
there's
is about credit.
it's a credit bureau.
Yeah.
So a credit bureau of a country, be it privately owned or being government owned, the score itself is built by a data analytic team. So it's about turning data into financial risk information.
Right.
So I'm not a data analytic person myself. That's with the mathematicians.
right.
But I've worked hard on the business development side on data analytics, on designing products that the consumer or businesses
Need.
Need.
Sense, yeah.
So, looking into so Credit Info is a company that writes these score algorithms for these companies, these big credit bureaus of the world that I mentioned. And at that point, I was still in Turkey, so I said, well, what can I do to enhance a consumer score? How can I get these mathematicians to design something that hasn't been designed before? And what can I do with the outcome of that score? So I looked into understanding the score itself. And, you know, the way it works normally with a normal traditional credit bureau is a credit bureau will pull the data from the financial institutions. They will look at it, look at only financial data, and they will come out with a good, bad, medium score. Now, if you've been in the financial market and for some reason you failed somewhere, it's, you know, recovering that is normally, it doesn't happen. But in reality, people's lives, you recover.
Right.
Not if sometimes you fail to make a bank payment because you failed to receive your receivable.
Yeah.
And this is all positive data. So we went back to see, you know, looking at county court judgments, positive data, any receivable court, and bring those data into the traditional data and blend the score. With that score, I convinced a big insurance company in Turkey to back a purchase agreement with the first consumer credit insurance product of Turkey.
Okay.
I brought that product to a company called BMX
Right.
and another company, which is one of the biggest white goods companies.
So this is a new way of looking at a person's profile and to find a better way to find the people that are going to pay, basically.
Yes, because,
And to give-
because basically what happens in, let's take Turkey, for example. So you've got the approval rate in volume in Turkey is around 36%, with a 4.8 MPO, so non-performing.
Non-performing, yeah.
Now, when you add the positive data into the score, we've seen that we can bring that 36% up to 42, and we can bring that 4.8% down to 3.94.
So less failure.
The delta that's there is billions.
Right.
So that's what I brought to this two companies. They use an Arçelik sold with using this insurance cover based on this score. They increased their sales over $1 billion in dollars on white goods
In a year?
in a year.
So your invention, which is a sort of an invention of
It's the software.
software.
It's a piece of software that brought to their PC into their retail outlet, allowing them to score their customers and backing their purchase agreement with an insurance cover.
And that difference made $1 billion difference.
Increase
for
in
that
their
company.
sales. Yeah. So, but there was still a missing piece of the puzzle. Because when you go out there, you know, okay, you've got this lovely product, this insurance policy, you've got the score itself, you know, you understand technology, you can build software, but it's down to the retails to decide the sort of interest rate or the APR they're going to put onto the product, because they are the ones selling to the consumer. Okay? It's only then, you know, and so you've got a customer using your product, but they're saying, well, you pay 20% APR per annum. You've got another customer saying 30%. So the actual product has inconsistency. Okay, and not being able to give that inconsistency was the missing piece of the puzzle.
To give it a consistent
Yeah,
price,
correct.
so to speak.
Correct. So with all this, you know, ATM in my head, POS in my head, delivery channels, this big consumer credit product in my head, and that's when it all made sense. I thought, well, crypto is the missing piece of the puzzle.
So you
Because
understood crypto.
if I can create a stable coin that has real backing, not like a USDT, that is not 100%, and I'm not going to go into, I'm not going to go into why it's not 100%, but can I design the world's first 100% backed stable coin? And can that coin be the product that will allow me, with a credit insurance policy, to sell to the consumer, giving them the option of buying a stable coin with installments, is the new generating consumer credit product of the world. That was the dream.
This was the original thought that started it all.
Yes, that's how it all starts. Well, now we're going back to, we're getting closer in time.
Yeah,
so we're five and a half
we're
years,
here.
five and a half years away from today. So I said, okay, well, building a stable coin that is 100% backed. That took, a lot of meetings and a lot of presentations with Lloyd's.
So first step was building the stablecoin.
First step was convincing Lloyd's of the structure, because to create 100% backed, I always have the idea of bringing an insurance into it, and with that sort of capacity, you've only got 2 or 3 potential partners. It's either going to be Lloyd's, or it's going to be Munich Re, or it's going to be Swiss Re. There is no other. There is no other reinsurance with the capacity.
Right.
Or you're going to need to form a group of, and that's even more time consuming. So I've explained to this. It's difficult with words, but designing an escrow account, bringing in a financial institution as prime trust, giving them the control of the escrow account, and then with the setup that we've done with Fireblocks, keeping the coin there, giving the keys to the insurance cover. So that was the sort of structure we convinced Lloyd's to create the first 100% USD backed stable token.
Was that also a year?
That took 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah, that took 2 years.
So that was the grunt of the work.
Insurance are not they don't work like us.
Yeah.
Now, but in that period of time, then, if we're designing this coin, how are we going to reach to the consumer? How are we going to reach to the businesses? So we need to build our own exchange platform. So all of a sudden, now we're building our own platform. And there, knowing technology and all that years of using technology, there is no way we were going to go after any white label product.
Right.
So we built, we've got a team above 30 now in Istanbul, in the Techno Park of IT software developers. So everything that we've built is, we have the source codes. So now we've got a platform, we've got this product, credit scoring. Then I went back to how do we increase our delivery channels? And ATM POS was a no-brainer for me.
You've done that before?
So we built them.
The software of that?
The software of the POS terminals is built. It's on the terminal. You've actually done transactions with it.
Yeah.
The ATM, we're not on the manufacturing side. We're on the software side.
Yeah.
So General Bytes is the company we're using for the hardware side. And we've built the software, and the software works, and the platform works. Then we started to work on different products. Miracle Deal. We've got B2B credit insurance on the way. We've got...
And all this time, I don't want to interrupt you, but all this time, you decided it wasn't time to go to market. It wasn't time to go to market. So you're just building and building. Holding back that launch, which is not easy to do, I imagine.
Well, now, you said at the beginning of the meeting, when we started, there's a lot of bad stories, okay? And the only way a bad story will happen is 2 ways. 1, bad intention, that goes without saying. Or 2, wrong planning,
Not ready.
not ready.
Yeah.
And you do that because you're burning cash, you need to get to the market, and there's many reasons why you do it, okay? So that's when we decided, we've got to wait, build the products, but there was still something, something missing. Products, strong products, and that consumer credit product, that is believe me, that is a business in itself.
I know.
Okay?
I've been in that business. So
That is a business in itself. But, 2% we're experiencing 2% of what cryptocurrency is at the moment. So there's 98% growth out there. Why is it not growing? Why are these people still holding on to come in, right? And like I told you, it was the miracle token that was the missing piece for the puzzle for the consumer credit product.
Yeah.
Well, to break that barrier, build that trust, build the loyalty, stick to brand, allow them to communicate with you. That's when the penny dropped.
Okay.
I said, well, we need to design a retail outlet for people to open the door, talk to us, understand crypto, break that FOMO, break the fear, and connect with us. And I think then we run our first miracle outlets in Cyprus for over 1.5 years with a different concept, less costly retail outlets, and big success. We are doing very big numbers for such a short time.
On the platform, on the software that you built.
Yes.
Yep.
And the CRM system that we use in the shops.
So it's been tested. It's working every day.
So, for example, any platform out there has a platform, but the CRM system that we've also built for the retail outlets is something, that connects to the platform. But that's another big development itself.
Right.
So running a retail outlet, we are the only company in the world that has such technology.
Only company.
We're the only company in the world.
With the combination of CRM, retail, exchange.
There is no second company that has this. So that retail outlet with the other delivery channels, i.e. the POS terminal, the ATM, and then I thought, well, we've got the POS, we've got the terminal. Well, why are we not building also a virtual POS that will be the first API to plug in to the e-commerce of this world and allow those
Wait. The first API to plug in to e-commerce sites
that will there are technologies that you plug in a token. What I'm talking about is an API, and we've built it, by the way, an API that connects and allows the e-commerce site to accept multi-crypto, multi-fiat. So,
Okay.
So
accepting multi-fiat as well?
No. Accepting multi-crypto,
turning into multi-fiat. I see. Okay.
So this is the first that's been built. And
so it's the conversion key. That's kind of the key. The accepting is one thing, but converting it on the back end is then the sort of difference.
Well, because a lot of the platforms are built specifically with the fiat, the country they're in.
Yeah. Okay.
So building the whole system to allow you to have multi-fiat is something that's a different development.
Is that the story that you're telling me? That's the long story? Because you're hinting that there is a long story about the terminal itself.
No.
That's a separate.
That's a separate story. Right. So basically, with these delivery channels and these products, now the whole focus that we have as Miracle is grow our compliance along with our IT. And why are we growing our compliance? We've onboarded the best people from the industry when it comes to compliance, because we're opening a store. Where whichever territory we go into, we're opening a store and stores, and we will have many stores along with our online
All
app.
across the world.
Yes. So we need to be fully regulated.
Yep.
You can hide from an island with online.
Yeah.
You know, if you've got the power, if you've got the function to collect fiat, you can hide anywhere. But if you're physically in that territory, there is no hiding. You have to be fully regulated. And this is how the future is going to be designed. Today, you know, some of the countries in Europe, they have regulations. Some of the countries in Europe have registration to central banks, etc. EU is in the process of announcing the EU crypto regulation, which is called MiCA.
Similar to my name.
Similar to your name. And a lot of these countries are all maturing
Yeah.
their regulations. We actually wrote the cryptocurrency law in Cyprus,
Yeah.
and we played a big
Which
role.
says a lot.
Yeah, so that's the whole vision, you know, is taking the biggest slice of that 98%, and to do that, building all these delivery channels in a regulated environment, and being able to touch those people and growing a community. Community of people. It's not only about buy and sell and customer. You know, a lot of the platforms now, the only communication way is an email. And that's if they respond. So what are we building? 24-hour live support, the stores. We're constantly thinking of designing more ways to communicate with the people out there.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna make a difference. So at the moment, we are purely ready.
Yeah.
We have a mega marketing plan starting mid-June, end of June, globally.
2022?
Yeah, this year. So we're very excited, and we are now ready to take over. That's
you're the man behind this. We just signed the deal, Cashflow NFT. We took Spain.
Congratulations on that.
It took us a while to really see the big picture with you, but we feel very confident.
Thank you.
Can you share your, because you've been in this for a long time and now we're at a certain point. How do you feel about where you're at as a company? How do you feel about the Spanish market? How do you feel about your chances for success leading into opening Spain and Europe as a whole?
Okay. First of all, as a company, I did say we are getting ready to take over a minute ago.
Yeah.
Spain, well, let's look at some numbers, okay? Let's first look at the regulation. Currently, Spain, fully supporting crypto, allowing retail outlets, box ticked. Second, numbers, volume. Central bank announced volume for last year, 60 billion. That's announced volume. So there's at least another 60 billion out there. So we're talking about, that's not
happening, yeah.
not registered with the central bank. So we're talking about a country with a volume of 120 billion. That means, are we targeting? Well, normally we will be targeting 20%. But even if you take 5% as a target, you're talking about billions.
$6 billion in revenue at 5%.
Yeah.
Of the market share.
And you're talking about a company value at year 3-4 of billions.
Yeah.
That's the territory we're going into.
So it doesn't take much to become $1 billion
No, because it does,
value.
but it doesn't take it now.
Right, now.
It does because there's 6 years prior to today.
Yeah.
So normally it will be 9 years. But now we're talking about it takes 3 years because it's 6 plus 3.
Right. So then everybody should feel very comfortable. Let's say if we speculated, is there any speculation that you have that you would even can think of that is the failure point at this point?
You know, there is no failure point. However, the way we've built it, you know, we have so many taps.
Mm-hmm.
The number of, for any business, when you start a business, you've got certain revenue streams. One revenue stream, second revenue stream. We've built over 5 delivery channels and loaded those with over 5 products at the moment. So there may be, given the worst case, there may be some products that give us 70% of what we expected, even 20%. But because we've split the risk to different angles, there is no chance of failure in any territory that we walk into.
Right. So, you know, I noticed with you, and I think that's the advantage of having been in the exact same place before, in a sense, because we're just talking about being able to offer something into a commercial space that you know works, you know? Mm-hmm. So I've noticed that. So I don't know if you want to share something about that, but it seems like you have a certain, you know, with the data analytics side, that there's a certain mathematical certainty to maybe see the credit product, for instance, that you see when it comes to the formula of letting people know, advertising that we're here and we have it, to what that turns into as far as profits go. Is there some sort of...
Well, it goes back to the same answer I gave you a minute ago. Let me open what I mean by we've got so many different channels and different products.
Right.
Each product will have a different performance in a different territory.
Right.
Because when you go into Turkey, and it even from each region in that country, right? So because in Istanbul, if you're running the consumer credit product, and buy and sell, you will see that in one section of the city, your buy and sell product is going to be your top product. On the poor end or the medium end, where consumer finance is really needed, the top product will be that. So you go into another country, that's where Miracle Home will be the biggest product. So there is so many formulas for different needs and territories.
From country to country.
Country to country, area to area, you know, states of the people. It fits in. There's always an answer, and there will always be an answer. We will not stop. Today, these are the products that we're talking about. This has made us ready to take over, but we will constantly be working on unique financial products attached, backed with insurance, delivered through these delivery channels. That's what we're going to be doing. That's creating the new generation financial world. That is what it is. You know?
I'm going to wrap up with 2 questions together. And the first one, just from my experience with whenever I've gone into opportunities online, the bottom thing is this real? Number one. The second one is, from you, do you feel that Miracle and Cash and More has the legs to be the number 1 exchange in the world with what you've built?
Well, number 1, I don't think I need to answer as we're sitting together, and you've touched every single bit of Miracle, be it the stores, the sites, you've done transactions, you use the terminal. So answering that, you have the answer. Second question, well...
It's real.
Well, second question, well, I'm sure we will be definitely in the first 3. That I'm sure. I'm sure we will be a company valued higher than 200 billion.
That's
the
your
target.
target.
That's my target. Will that make us number one? We will work to be number one, and we'll do our best to be number one. But I'm sure competition will be very aggressive out there. But we'll do our best. That is what we want to do. But we will definitely be in the top three. That I know.
Okay.
So.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank
it
you,
on
Michael.
behalf of all the listeners. We're very excited to be part of Miracle Cash and More as a company. We're very excited to actually tokenize Spain, and hopefully we'll get the opportunity to do some more projects with you.
And Miracle is very excited too, and growing together is the whole vision. That is that is what cryptocurrency and token is. So
sharing this opportunity with many people.
That is and growing a community around these miracle stores and online and everything. That's unique, and that's what we're here to do. And we're ready.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Look forward to the future with you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.